everyone, welcome to the new video. So today we will see the Terraform tutorial series day 8. So let's go. So in day 7 we saw about Terraform modules, but just the basic part, like what are modules, why we use them. Then we tried creating our first custom module, and then we understood about public modules that are available in Terraform registry. Now, when we are heading towards day 8, we are going to see advanced Terraform modules. In this, we'll see input and output variables in modules, which we have already seen in day 7 when creating our first custom module, that how we will be making the variables dynamic while creating the module, and then how we will be calling that module in main.tf, and then how we will be passing the variables. And if we want to get the output of any module, we have to define it in the outputs.tf of the modules. So we'll see it again. Then we'll understood about module versioning, why module versioning is important and required. And then we'll understand about nested modules, which is actually how we should use the modules in our day-to-day life. So let's go. So for understanding our first topic, that is input and output variables in modules, I'm going back to my Terraform tutorial day 7 on series on repo only, where I have created the module for EC2 instance, and here I have mentioned like the resource, AWS, and everything I have parameterized, and variables I have defined over here. I haven't given any default value because the values, we cannot set the default value, because basically we will be calling these modules and we will be passing the variables value, and whatever output that you want, that every time whenever the module is called, so it should generate this output, so that you can define in output.tf. So once this is done, when in your main.tf you're calling the source and you're giving the module path and then the variables that you have to pass, so you can easily use module.webserver. This is the output, and anyways in outputs also you will get the id. So this is how you will be defining, you will be using a module, you will be calling module, and you will be assigning the values to the parameters. Now, if I come to today's, uh, you know, uh, tutorial video, sorry, repo. So the next part is about module versioning. So why is module versioning required? So understand, like when we have a release, so always for a release with with a code, we create version v1. Okay, so that if anybody has to go and check, for that we create a GitHub tag, and we define that as I have told about this. I'm relating this to a GitHub tag, and if you want to know about GitHub tag, I have a video for it. You can go and explore. So basically we create a GitHub tag so that anybody wants to see that in version 1 what was the code, what was the things that were there, source code used, they can go. Similarly, when there will be a version 2, there will be again new name given, and that code can be used. So in modules also, the code is every time renewed, right? Maybe we are enhancing the module code, and then it is our choice. We are maintaining that code of module as a git tag, and it is our choice to use which version, whatever version we want to use. So that is what I meant by module versioning, and maintaining the code and maintaining the version of that code. And we can, so basically if there is a GitHub GitHub repo which is storing that what you say module, uh, we can easily use that GitHub link and refer to that version, specific version which we want to use in main.tf. So this is what, if we are trying to use a public or module which is in your organization present and you can use it, for a particular version. So we maintain the version and we use that. So this is because to whenever we are enhancing the code of module, uh, it is our choice whatever version we want to use. Okay. Then after understanding the module versioning, we come to nested module. So basically in nested modules, we here when we saw in if I duplicate this tab, and if I go to tutorial day 7, so here you will see that I have created only one module, which is EC2 instance, which is creating EC2 instance. But this will not be a case in real world scenario, that we will only have one module created. We will have multiple modules created, like compute, in network, storage, and inside each module we will have their own I have just given main.tf, but maybe there will be their own uh, you know main.tf. And then here in our environment where we will be calling those, like module network and the module name, the source, and the we can mention the variables.tf, and we can pass the uh, variables. So this is how you are going to use multiple modules, and all the modules are being, first of all there are modules, and in your main.tf you can use those modules, multiple modules you can use. So this is how we mean by nested modules. So basically you have to give source and the variable. Then comes the multi-environment setup. When you have multi-environment setup, so how you will, basically everything will be remain same. Your module folder will be there where you will have multiple modules, and inside your multi-environment setup you will have one folder related to dev, one folder related to prod. So in dev folder, you will have your specific main.tf, and in that main.tf, you will call the specific module that you want, and just you need to change the variables. So for this VPC CIDR is this, and for prod, maybe the VPC CIDR is different. So this is how we can maintain the code for different environments using the same modules only, because we will be calling the same modules, the path will be same, it's just that the values will be different. So it's just that how we are maintaining our GitHub repo. So I hope things are clear, and this is for today's video only, that we are clear about how to do module versioning, how to do use nested modules, and how to do it for multi environment setup. So that's all. So that's all for today's video. I hope it's helpful. Please let me know your views in the comment section. Till then, take care. Bye.